I am not.
Hey, I just
Geez, that's a new
I just about
I think he's still out on Pelham.
sleeve sweater.
Or no,
That's and
I don't really need this. then.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Connected to that, doesn't it?
oh, he is.
It is 5 PM, October 20th, 2025. It's time to
You know
call
my
the Board of
Wi-Fi
Public
password
Works and
for
Safety meeting to order. Roll call, please. Ms. Jones?
Mayor Barnett,
Present.
Mr. Austin,
Here.
Ms. Joe,
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Please stand for the pledge.
Your twinkle toes.
Well, I think tonight is probably a night that it's good to be here because our internet's out. And it's not just the internet here in our building. It seems to be quite a bit of the city. We don't know how much, but the internet is out. If anybody wishes, they could always get the recording of tonight's meeting. Just wanted to make sure that we can get that out there like that. Okay, is there any announcements or public comments that does not pertain to the agenda? Hearing none, we will go on to the consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda for the Board of Work meeting minutes of October 6th as presented, as well as the approval of claims.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
No old business, go right into new business. Recommendation to City Council for vacating drainage easement at Knollwood Drainage Easement vacation, that's what it's known of. Kingsbridge developer, David Marks.
I'm actually going to give a brief introduction on this. So with the vacating of a drainage easement, Indiana code states that there is a multi-step process. The first one is that it has to come before the Board of Works to receive a recommendation. That recommendation is then forwarded to City Council for an ordinance amendment, or not an ordinance amendment, for the adoption of an ordinance. So that is done with an introduction, which is docketed for this evening. And then following that, there is a public hearing, which is set for November 3rd. The drainage easement vacation, if approved, that easement goes away in its entirety from today until forever. So David can explain further of why we're needing to go through this and where we're at.
Thank you.
Sure. Hopefully you have this in your packets, depiction of the easement.
We do.
So this is a drainage easement from a detention pond in the Knollwood subdivision that allows their storm water system to outlet to the stream. As historically, this has been farm field, so they picked the straightest route. Doesn't quite line up or isn't very amenable to new development, which is what we're working on now. So we're essentially rerouting that pipe, rerouting the easement. So this vacation, while we're getting rid of the existing easement, we will be recording a new easement immediately following that. So their drainage rights don't change. From an engineering standpoint, nothing changes. It's just a matter of the routing, if that makes sense.
And as I understand the process, Joanna, it's a recommendation from the Board of Works to get to the next two steps.
Yeah, it's a recommendation of either to vacate it or a recommendation to not vacate it.
One or the other.
Yep,
And that can be acted upon tonight
correct.
to move the process to the council.
Any questions, Ken or Tina? I know Kenny used to live in Knollwood, so.
You used to fish in the pond.
I
That's
used
what
to
he said.
fish in that pond. So there is a drain for that particular pond that goes, I think, into that field, and this is what we're talking about, correct?
Correct, yes.
It makes sense. So will you guys be making sure that that drain is clear all the way through to that manhole cover? Because there's a very large manhole cover there, if I'm not mistaken, that goes steps down into the bottom of that. And there was a lot of debris. We actually had blown that out years ago when I lived there. And I worked with Rick Littleton at the time to get that taken care of and have professionally come out and blow it out. So you will clean that out from from the pond to where you're going to, through the easement, correct?
No, we're picking it up. So that manhole, I don't know exactly where it is that you're talking about, but the way you're describing it is, that would be within the Knollwood common
It
area
is,
itself.
it is.
And then it's the pipe from that manhole downstream where, you know, it's staying in its place for probably 50 feet, and then we're just
Connecting
dropping
to
the
it.
manhole and rerouting it. So.
I see.
Yeah, the homeowners association for Kingsbridge won't have any.
Okay, fair
any
enough.
rights over that.
I just wanted to make sure.
Sure.
Because that's been traditionally full of stuff.
Yeah. I can tell you that from a design standpoint, that it's designed to handle whatever it was meant to handle before. I mean, we didn't change any of that. So from a
Picket fence.
capacity, we're actually added capacity.
Picket fence boards and animals, carcasses, and so on and so forth.
Joanna, did the engineering department or the planning department have an opinion about this request?
Yes, we actually recommend that it be forwarded on favorably. The design of the new pipe has been through all the processes, both locally, through the city, and also the Drainage Board.
So it'll be a better end product
Correct.
located within another easement.
Yeah, and the current location actually encroaches on the improvements of the park area. So we wouldn't want that pipe
Oh.
to
You'd want to get rid of the pipe.
going under our improvements.
And so if the Board of Works were so inclined to forward it with a favorable recommendation, could, I guess I'm asking you the legal question, but would it be the planning department's recommendation that the city council approve it subject to recording of an alternate easement?
Yes.
That would be where you're headed?
Yep, and we currently have it timed that the approval of the secondary plat that includes creating the additional easement is going to coincide with the public hearing.
So the Board of Works people could be reassured we'll make it subject to the new
Correct.
one before you get rid of the old one.
Yep,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
And if I may, from a timing standpoint, we'll record the vacation at the same time as we record the new plat.
Right.
So,
Right, just making sure our record's clear.
yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
So if you vacate this easement, whose responsibility is it after that to maintain that infrastructure?
It goes back to, the ownership of the underlying ground never changed. It's just the easement goes across it. So who owns the underlying ground?
Well, that pipe will no longer be there, so there's no infrastructure to maintain.
Oh, it won't be there at all?
No, it's being
Vacated.
relocated
Relocated.
into a
Okay.
new easement that the maintenance would then be with.
But
Knollwood
ownership
and
of the
Kingsbridge.
property underlying this is going to stay as it was before.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to recommend to city council to vacate the drainage easement at Knollwood Farms.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Marks.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you. Okay, next item, approval of Wessler Engineering Construction Administration and Inspection Contract Agreement for the wastewater treatment plant expansion project. Gary Rustin. Hey, Gary.
Good evening. So this is amendment number 2 to our professional services agreement for the wastewater treatment plant expansion. This amendment includes our construction phase services that we'll be providing over the next 26 months while the project's under construction. It includes what we call construction administration, which you'd probably best described as the work being done in the office, shop drawing review, reviewing RFIs. It also includes the resident project representative, which is our inspector, who'll be on site full-time throughout the project. And then the last task is post-construction warranty services. When the project is complete, the contractor has a 1-year warranty to cover the work. So it's to provide assistance with the owner during that 1-year period as warranty issues come up. All 3 of the fees included are hourly, which is like time and materials. So if there's less effort on our part, or the contractor gets done a few months early, then our cost should end up coming in below what we have listed in the amendment.
So is this a not to succeed?
Correct.
So I'm just going to say it. I hate to say this, Gary, but my gosh, I can't believe that these services cost that. How do you usually come up with most contracts, and I've talked to Matt about this and other folks, the contracts, how do you come up with that price?
On the RPR cost is simple. It's simply the number of days that a guy will be there 8 hours a day throughout the length of the project. The construction administration are a bit more difficult. We have done a couple jobs in the last 3 or 4 years that are of about the same size as this, same duration. And our costs averaged about $50,000 a month on those projects. And this project is 26 months long, so it's a big number. I was a little shocked at it, but that's what it's taken on past projects. That's what we use to gauge it quite a bit.
Well, I know the inspection part is usually a big number on all projects we do. Percentage-wise, I don't think it's out of line. It's just, I'm just kind of surprised that, I'm sure the employees don't make that kind of money, but that's not for me to say. So somebody's there all the time, and then after the project is completed, how long do we have before we get all the documentation in place?
Documentation from the contractor?
Yeah, the as-built and all that, because I know, like, we had some issues, I think, with the screening building, maybe, that we didn't get the documentation as timely as we thought we should have.
That the markup as-built record drawings come from the contractor, and O&M manuals come from the contractor, and we do not issue final completion and release of retainage until all that is submitted.
Because I think I read in the document that they want to be paid 30 days after the project, paid in full or something, or maybe I was reading something different. Can you clarify that? I think you just did try to clarify that that's not happening.
I'm guessing what you're seeing is they get payment within 30 days of submitting their monthly pay application.
Yeah, but at the end of the project, and they submit the final payout, if we don't have all the documentation,
Then we don't approve it.
right, well, I think maybe I'm wrong, but I thought we did for the screening building, and then we had to deal with that a little bit.
I think we had those, we just had not given them. We had gotten the contractor's markups and revised the drawings to reflect that. And I don't think we had given the city a printed copy.
Okay.
So
I know-
that was on our end.
Okay, well, I know Wessler's got a great reputation. You've been with the city, how many years?
2008?
2008,
I think.
so, I just have heartburn with this kind of pricing, that's all. And
It's
not-
all, on our invoices, when we submit it, it's got everybody's who's worked on it, their time, their rates, got all that listed on it. So it's not just, we don't just write in a number. We record who's worked on the job and how much time each month, and that's all included in our invoice.
Okay,
Did you say that was a maximum that we're approving?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not to
So-
exceed.
So what happens if there's some kind of delay or issue with the project that it goes on for another 30 days?
If the project time gets extended and it looks like we're going to run out of budget, we will notify you and propose what additional costs might be.
So there'd be an amendment to this agreement?
There would be another amendment, yes.
Okay.
Yes. We have a pre-construction meeting with the contractor Thursday morning, and we'll know more then what his schedule is. He may not be planning to use the full 26 months. We'll have a better handle on it after we meet on Thursday.
okay.
Ouch.
You want to make this one? Okay, I
I'll
will.
need your,
All right,
paper
so
to do
I would
it.
make a motion that we approve the Wessler Construction Administration and Inspection Contract Agreement for the wastewater treatment expansion plant not to exceed $2,230,000.
second.
So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Ouch.
Yeah. You know, all along, we knew, we were saying that the plant was gonna cost over 30 million, right at 30 million, and right now with the engineering fee was 1.8 million, which we've already paid for. We're at $30,719,000 with the expansion. So we're right at where we talked about being at all along, but it's still, we got good numbers with our construction. As long as we don't have a bunch of change orders, and I know we've done,
It's going to happen.
yeah, well, we hope some of those change orders come back in our favor too, so, anyway, that's where we're at $30,719,000.
And part of that's the responsibility of the supervisor that we just paid to stay on task, right? I mean,
Correct.
on a daily basis, need to be there and
Yeah, and that's
make
why,
sure our contractor is not, they need to do, so.
Steve, were you anticipating of what, 1.5, 1.2?
I was thinking probably for the inspection was somewhere between 1.5 and 2. That's
Okay.
about what I was anticipating.
2 years is a long time paying a guy.
Yeah, and it's not just
That kinda
one
hourly-
person.
hourly.
there's-
I understand.
yeah. Okay, item number 3, receipt of the Merit Board certification of lieutenant and sergeant candidate list, City Attorney Lynn Gray.
Thank you, Mayor. This is simply notification purposes. Our rules of procedure, as well as the statutes, require that each year the Merit Board certify to the Board of Works their list of lieutenant and sergeant candidates, and we always, just as a matter of practice, put it on the Board of Works agenda. So there is a record that they have so notified you. So requires no action on your part. Just want you to have that list as part of your records.
Okay, information only.
It is.
Thank you, Ms. Gray. Okay, next item, annual subscription renewal for the streets, parks, DPW with the BAM X Weather Channel, Street Commissioner, Fleet Manager, Brett Jones.
Thank you, sir. This is just our annual renewal of our weather service that we've had for several years now. It has been paid from Board of Works, which all of us appreciate that, and just recommending that we continue for another year.
And I will say that we did have a conversation today in the department head meeting that next year, I know where it says that there's six of us, because I'm one of those, that get that weather channel, and it really is a good app to have for, it specializes in us locally, that as the budget changes down the road, we will be looking back to maybe cut, that's one of the places we can cut some of the expense, but we can't cut all that out because there is a safety factor with lightning and.
Right,
and
they
that is-
do provide the lightning detection. Parks and Rec use that pretty significantly for the pool, and then also just from an event perspective. Obviously, we look more at, they do pavement temp and expectation from snow. And the nice thing with BAM is you do get a one-to-one point of contact in weather events, which is valuable versus just, trying to pick which meteorologist you like the best on TV, so.
Right, I found this one to be pretty accurate.
They're
so
pretty accurate, yeah.
We did budget for it in the Board of Works, so
Yep.
it's been budgeted for next year already.
Make a motion to approve the annual subscription renewal for the street, parks, and DPW with BAM WX.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Brett. Keep up the good work with the snow that's getting ready to come.
Yeah, I'll be able to tell you when it's coming now.
Yeah.
As a point of order, could I ask the clerk treasurer, all these documents are obviously public record, could you delete from the public record their account information? They have their bank account information on the record, so maybe delete the routing number and the account number for purposes of privacy. Thank you.
Okay, next
Don't
item.
be responsible for fraud on their account.
Okay, next item. Invoice for the ARA Grant Administrative Services, Community Development Director, Krista Linke.
This is for the owner-occupied rehab grant that we received several months ago. So the state awarded us a $350,000 grant. We had to match that. That match was approved by the Redevelopment Commission as a grant to the Franklin Development Corporation. So the professional services, this invoice itself will be paid by the Franklin Development Corporation with those funds. So I'm not requesting the funds from the Board of Works. We're just requesting approval of paying the invoice. And that is something that is required through our grant agreement. Just a quick update on the progress of the grant. We have 4 homes that are have been bid and are under contract. Those contracts were approved through the Board of Works previously. We have 2 more homes that have final inspections scheduled for this week. And then we have the second group of 6 homes that have been sent to bid, and those bids are due by October 31st. And they just completed 3 new income verifications, so we have 3 new qualified homeowners that they'll be part of a subsequent grouping of homes. So it's moving along. The first 4 homes, work has started on those, and so we should see the next 6 homes within the next month or so, work get started on those, so.
Krista, when I look back to our prior documents that we signed to approve, the amounts are exactly as was originally agreed. This is just the invoice for those amounts,
Correct, yeah, and this is a progress, this isn't for all of their services, obviously, the
Right.
grant's not over, so.
I just remember seeing that in the agreement, the amounts are the same.
Krista, is the project on schedule?
I would say it's ahead of schedule.
It's ahead? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve payment of the invoice for the ARA Grant Administrative Services.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next item, acceptance and execution of the following documents related to Winterfield, Section 3. Matt McElroy.
Thank you. Yeah, request is on behalf of Four Star USA Real Estate Group, and it's just the acceptance and execution of our standard documents for Winterfield Section 3. They include the sanitary sewer service special agreement and also our earthwork and paving and storm and sanitary inspection service agreements.
Any questions on that one?
I'll make a motion to accept and execute the documents related to Winterfield Section 3.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Matt. Next item is Matt as well. Install 2 new stop signs for the eastbound and westbound approaches to the intersection of Covington Boulevard and Jason Avenue in Kingsbridge subdivision. Install supplemental all-way plaques to each stop sign of the intersection. City Engineer Matt McElroy. I did that a couple times.
You don't want me doing design work on intersections.
A little background, we discussed a request for a 3-way stop or a stop sign at Sunset Ridge earlier this year at some point. During that conversation, we denied that and recommended that if any stop signs were to be placed, they're going to be replaced at Jason Avenue in Covington. So we received a request, and after review of the installation, we decided that with the added traffic that was coming from Knollwood, that it would be best to have 2 stop signs to make this an all-way stop, because people were rolling through the stop sign going southbound, almost hitting the free flow traffic that was coming east-west. So, per my recommendation, I agreed that some stop signs should be placed there and make it 4-way, and per the MUTCD, a 4-way stop intersection requires the always stop placards that go underneath the stop signs.
In DTC being your Bible, for lack of a better word, for
Yeah,
engineers as
the
to stop
Indiana-
sign placement. Can you define that for us, please?
Yeah, the Indiana Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices, which is basically a federal document that is our Bible for street signs.
Thank you.
And I know I don't have too much to do, so I went up there and sat for a little while, and it's exactly, I agree with this one, that it's probably a good idea to do, so thank you.
Yeah, and I received some comments from the fire department, and it says NA on my document, but Brent was good enough to call me and provide his recommendation as well, and agreed with my my remarks, so.
Yeah, it's much needed.
Yeah.
It is much needed. If not, some people's going to be getting T-boned if they haven't already.
Yeah, I think it really ups that sections 3, 4, and 5 of Kingsbridge are still under construction as
Yep.
well, so that's just going to add to the amount of traffic that we see after the fact, so.
Good call.
I'll make a motion to install 2 new stop signs for the eastbound and westbound approaches to the intersection of Covington Boulevard and Jason Avenue in the Kingsbridge subdivision.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Matt. Okay, the next item, request approval of meeting dates for 2026. There's a couple Wednesday, let me get to that, if I can open it up. Can't get that.
Here-
I think there's
here you
2
are.
Wednesdays.
Hey, for the old school printout, huh? All right.
Okay, there's 2 Wednesdays.
Yes, all right.
There's 2 Wednesdays and 1 Tuesday this year. There was more off days than Monday than before. This year, there was more. Next year, there's only, like I said, the 2 Wednesdays and 1 Tuesday. And how we come to that, sometimes it conflicts with police merit and plan commission. So that is why we go to the next open date. So is that information, or do we need approval? of that?
Yeah, what you typically do is you approve your meeting dates, and then we send one email. The clerk treasurer sends an email to the Daily Journal publishing those at the beginning of the year. So council will approve theirs tonight, then we can send the email to the Journal and get it on their
Okay.
notices.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting dates for 2026 as presented.
Second.
And that includes, the motion includes the times as well? Times and location?
Meeting dates and times.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second, and before we do the vote, I'll go ahead and say that we thought about changing the time for the Board of Works, leaving it at 4 o'clock, but then I guess it'd be changing the time for the council, starting afterwards. But when we started discussing that, it causes a little confusion, so we left it the same. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. There isn't any other business, so we'll start with department reports. Chip?
Thank you, sir. This Saturday is the Halloween Town event. It's one of the final 2 events that we have at the downtown and amphitheater. Pet costume contest. Usually 3,500, 4,000 people go trick-or-treating down there. And then also the businesses, which is Trick Your Town, will pass out candy for kids as well. I did check on BAM Chase weather app just now. And it is a 30% chance of rain and the high is 59, so make sure you bundle up. That's all I have.
Thank you. Keith Cochran?
Thank you. Just want to announce on November 3rd, we'll have a new officer starting, Sean Compton. So we'll bring him to that meeting on November 3rd and get him sworn in. We did make some adjustments to downtown officer and foot patrol. Will have an assigned beat officer there during the day. In addition to the downtown officer, an officer be assigned there, and the same thing will happen in the evenings. So make an adjustment for just a little more presence downtown. And then we have our targeted patrol team is back at it again, working on just city ordinance violations and things like that. I'll bring those numbers back to the next meeting.
Thank you, sir. Chief Snyder?
We had a new firefighter start on the 10th and 1 start today, so next month we'll be getting them sworn in.
Thanks, sir. Sherry?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Rick?
Nothing, sir.
Not that the internet's out, it's not our call.
Yeah, if you hadn't heard.
And we've gotten a picture of a dump truck that had its bed up and drove off somewhere and pulled the cables down. So construction somewhere on Graham Road, I think, up by the office there. Yeah. Okay. Krista?
We have our redevelopment commission meeting tomorrow morning where we are going to discuss a new downtown parking study. The last one was done in 2015, and so we're looking at the impacts from the amphitheater and the garment factory and several other event centers to try to see if there are ways to maybe make downtown parking a little bit more efficient, or if there's additional parking needed. So we'll be discussing that. Wednesday morning, we have a Franklin Development Corporation meeting, and we will be talking about the budget for 599 East Adams Street. So that property was purchased by the Franklin Development Corporation, and we've already started remodel of it. New water line, new sewer line. Part of it has been demolished, the parts that were already falling off. It has been now cleaned out, and so once we set that project budget, I think you'll see that move pretty quickly. So once that's done, it will be for sale. And I just want to give a thank you to the street department, Doug Roller. He has helped me tremendously with one of our owner-occupied rehab grant recipients. They are required to have homeowners insurance in order to qualify for the program. This house was in pretty poor condition. The homeowner was not physically able to make a lot of repairs. And so in order to get some basic insurance, Doug and some volunteers have really helped out in order to make that happen. So thank you. And also to the trustee's office, they paid for the insurance as well. So kind of been a team effort on that one, but I think he's one of the next 6 that's gonna get a new roof, and he's very, very grateful for the help. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Good
Brett?
stuff.
Thank you for that. I'll pass it on to Doug. Just business as usual this time of year. We're preparing and ready for leaf season to hit full. Kind of eases in, and then all of a sudden we get it all at once. So the guys are all ready for some mandatory overtime. And then we went ahead and took delivery of about 500 tons of salt. I'm a firm believer, hopefully we have it and don't need it versus need it and not have it. So our barn is full. So we're ready to go and have started the conversion process on a majority of our trucks to be ready when that day comes. So appreciate the BAM WX for another year. It really is a valuable service for us. So that's it.
Thank you, Brett. Joanna?
We do have Plan Commission meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, and that's it.
Thank you. Sally?
Looking forward to Thursday. We have our pre-construction meeting for our plant upgrades, and that's Thursday morning. So meeting the new contractors and all that, find out what's going on.
Jan? Tina?
I was just say congrats to the sergeant and lieutenant promotions. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize there was such a process for that.
Ken?
I don't have anything tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Lynn?
No, sir.
Only thing I have to say is thank you to our workers. You all do a great job. I appreciate it. So with that, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We'll see. I may just.
Man.